Hello, everyone. We are live. Murph and I are in the house recapping Yankees-Rays after an electric game three. What can you guess? We won by electric. Um, Murph, going into this series, huge series for us. Let's go dominate it. Trop. Game one, we got Cole on the mound. Nothing but what we want from him to do against, I would say, his rival team. His personal rival team.
Yeah, they seem to be the team that kind of has his number in a sense when it comes to the matchups, especially G-Man Choi. You know, every time those two match up, you always see the stats getting brought up. How G-Man Choi kind of owns him in a sense, um, and he did do damage against Cole, which is the good part. I think didn't Cole walk him once? They strike him out once.
He's 1-for-9, I think, this season against him.
Yeah, so Cole has been very effective against him this season. He's been effective against the Rays. I mean, he had an electric outing. This was awesome. This is something that he just needed, and he's been doing for a bit. If it wasn't for two starts, he'd be running away with the Cy Young, and that's crazy because we got a guy like Nestor who's in the run. Although game two of this series kind of hurt it a little bit,
really badly.
Yeah. But also, we did a little bit of damage to McClanahan, although it was only one run. Still makes a difference,
Dude, I think Rizzo's finding his stroke, man. The average doesn't say it, but he's coming up clutch. He's getting hits. It feels as though he gets out more than he gets hits, but his hits are clutch. They yield runs even if he isn't driving in a run,
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think the stat that really paints that picture is his OPS. I think his OPS is fantastic. He's getting 864. I think it's the second highest on the team.
Phenomenal.
Yeah, it's like you said, the average doesn't show, but when he barrels the ball, he's doing damage and he's doing it when it matters the most. And he would go 2-for-4 this game with a ribby and he'd score. And he needed to do that because everyone around him kind of struggled, right? LeMahieu at the top, he didn't really do anything. Judgy, unfortunately, had a cold day at the plate. He only works a walk. And Stan goes over with 2 Ks. So, yeah, he really needed to step up for the lineup and do a job. Unfortunately, the guys at the bottom of the lineup did a job too. Glaber, he had a home run this game, right? No, he didn't.
No.
I thought he did. Just Rizzo. But he did a job. He goes 1-for-4 and he scores. Donaldson goes 2-for-4. Like to see him start heating up.
Yes, sir.
He scores.
He's going to be a big part if he can heat up, man.
Yeah, I mean, huge. Like he's got a very violent swing and he's got pop to that bat. So if he starts getting it, this lineup's going to be very complete when he starts coming around. And even Hicks has a day, 2-for-4.
The unsung heroes, bro.
Yeah,
I'll take it. Especially that he really pimped the shit out of that triple, dude.
Yeah.
And I'm like, he did the bat drop. I'm like, it's gone. And then it hit the top of the wall. I'm like,
yeah, he got me real bad on that one. I was like, did you? And he did not.
Gone at Yankee Stadium just because of I just feel like the openness of a stadium allows balls to travel. Trop kind of field, it don't travel, dude.
No,
you gotta actually you remember when Gary hit it off their one pennant banner?
Yeah.
That ball was mashed. If that was in Yankee Stadium, that ball would have been 495, Judge's home run in his rookie year. You remember that home run off the Orioles?
Yeah.
It would have been
massive.
But again, the ball doesn't travel in the Trop. But I mean, Garrett Cole, man, phenomenal.
Electric.
7 1/3, 1 hit, 1 run, 3 walks, 12 punchies, lowers his ERA to a 3.14. As you said, 2 starts. He's running a matter of 2 starts and maybe a few pitches here and there. He's running away with the Cy Young easy, at least to this point in the season. I'm gonna say it. Clay Holmes' run that he gave up was kind of bullshit. It was a infield single. First it was a ground ball to the right side, in between first and the pitcher. You just got to get the out, so run gets charged to Cole. And then the swinging bunt which is just like you're not playing up. It's 2 outs. You have a 2-run lead at this time. You're not really looking to, defend a bunt or like you know what I mean.
Yeah.
So like, in my opinion, like Clay Holmes may have blown this save, but like it was a tough. Like those are outs. Like it's just unlucky. They weren't like hard hit balls.
Yeah, pretty much accurate. Yeah, like, and it sucks because you're gonna look back. You may look back at the season, you see the blown save, and it's just like you just see the blown save. You don't see how it happened, and yeah, it just sucks. It is what it is. He kind of struggled to find the zone at times. He did walk a guy, but still, what are you gonna do? He's still been pretty dominant. I've got no issues. Like this does, like if you're asking me if you should remove him from the closer role because of this, no, hell no.
He did his job. He got the ground ball. Just wasn't hit hard enough.
Yeah, and anybody complaining that Holmes comes in this situation is, I don't know what you're watching. It's a tight ball game. Your ace just gave you that phenomenal outing. Why not throw it over to a closer to get you the last, 5 outs? Why would you not do that? And unfortunately, it turns out the way it does. But, luckily for us, Wandy comes in, he clutches up in the 9th, and he closes the thing out. And luckily the boys also clutch out, putting a 2 spot in the 9th. I mean, that was huge.
Yeah, so it wasn't. It was 2. What it was 2. It was 2-0 at the time when Garrett Cole came in.
Yep, 2-0. We scored in the 1st, and we scored in the 7th, and then they clutch up, put 2 on the board in the 8th, and then we said, no, this is our ball game to win, sir. And we put up 2 in the top of the 9th and Wandy slams the door.
Another no-hitter watch from the Yankees too.
Yeah, I mean, dude, Cole was dominating, man. Just straight dominating. Like 7 innings of just 12K baseball, not even giving up a hit, and finally just gives it up at the top of the 7th. I mean, it sucks, but hey, dude, he was cruising right along. He looked confident. He looked dominant.
Yeah.
It didn't look like he was scared of anybody.
Like, despite the 2-run lead against a Rays team that can phenomenally just turn it on randomly. Like, he seemed pretty calm. Like, that's the kind of Cole I want to go see out there pitch every day. If he's going to go out there, against any team, just calm, cool, collected. Like he wasn't like when he was doing that in the beginning of the season versus the Tigers, like anxious going out in the middle of the inning to throw during a conference because the game didn't start on time, or rushing Billy Crystal. Like this is the kind of call. Like, slow it down. You're good enough to go out there and go 7 no-hit innings. He now has done this. This is his 3rd good start in a row, 2nd good start in a row. You can do it. You can do it, buddy. Like, I trust him.
Yeah, I mean, and this was a huge game to have a performance like this because you're going against their ace right now, and their ace is in the lead for a Cy Young. He's pitching out of his mind. And yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I was kind of disappointed how the bats performed overall this game, just because, like, again, this is our 3rd time seeing this dude at 2 in basically a week. Like, I get it. He's a phenomenal pitcher, but, you keep seeing the same guy. You should be able to make some adjustments, at least do a little bit more damage, especially when you got guys like Judge and Glaber already homering off this guy. So you would think that they would be able to get a little bit more damage in, at least, 3 runs. But unfortunately, they only get 1 off of him. Mm-hmm. And the only reason I stress this is because we're going to see this guy again, Down the road, we're going to see him again. We may even see him in playoffs. I don't think so, based on how this team performs. Because I just don't think the Rays' offense is legit. Like I said,
they lost Margot, I think, this game or game 2 as well. So, like, they have their offensive capability is kind of down.
I think it's game 2. They lost Kiermaier. They lost Margot, like you said. They still are missing Franco, who I thought was supposed to come back for the series, but no idea.
Yeah. He was due to come back this week, though, like against us. So
yeah, that's what I thought. So I don't know if he had a setback or whatever.
Unless they're just letting him have more time and saying, like, listen, we'll take the L.
Yeah, which is bizarre because these games really matter. Because right now, what are we?
They're
We're
13 games back now. The Red Sox passed them.
but what are we in that heads up? Like 7-3?
7-3 as of
7-3 in the heads up.
Yeah.
Dude, that's actually 8-3, right? Because we played 4 at the beginning. We split that. We swept them at home, so that's
5,
and then we just took 2. No, so it is 7.
So
7-3, 7-3.
I'll take
Which is huge, man. I mean, you beat over 500 teams. You're burying them in the standings. Beautiful, man.
Yeah. Again, when you have if we can go in get to July and have a winning record against every team in our division, I'm happy with that, man. Happy with that. Because I think this is our last series with the Rays before the All-Star break. Probably.
I think so. Yeah, I think so.
I'm cool with that. Well, Yankees win Game 1 by a score of 4-2. Hell of a game by Garrett Cole. MVP of the game, easily.
Easily.
Game 2, expecting better from Nestor.
Yeah.
First home run, really bad pitch.
Yeah.
Second home run to Paredes was kind of inside. He kind of, popped. That was a really good swing. Put a good swing on the ball. The rest, Clark Schmidt left it down the middle, and then Cortez didn't help himself by also leaving another pitch down the middle to him. I really hated watching that, especially to him, dude.
Yeah, that was frustrating because it's like, this Rays team is garbage, man. And to give up back-to-back homers in the first to a guy who's hitting 209 is ridiculous. I mean, I can kind of get Ramirez. He's hitting 301. He's, I don't know how many at-bats that is. I don't know how big the sample size is, but, he's still hitting the ball pretty well. But to give up back-to-back in the first is just brutal. And it kind of takes you out of it in a sense. Like, the sense like Cole, what happened to Cole. Like, easily take you out of an outing, like a start.
Starting so early, too. Yeah. It's not like it's spread out.
And you could tell that was bothering him the whole outing because he was just, like, shaking his head at any sort of hard contact. Anything in the air, he was just like, dude, that's gone. Like, even if it was a pop-up at the warning track. Like, in his mind, everything was leaving the yard. You could tell he just didn't have his nasty stuff like he normally does. I don't know what it was. But I don't expect it to carry over into his next start at all. I expect him to bounce back. Not as bad as his worst outing of the year, but still not great. He ends up going only 4 innings and a third, giving up 6 hits, 4 runs, only 3 Ks, 3 home runs. He raises his ERA to a 2.31. Still ridiculously low, by the way, but still kind of disappointing considering how well he was starting off the year. Like you said, Schmidt comes in. He only gets 2 outs, and he gives up a long bomb of his own. He's pitching to a 3.13 on the year. Ron comes in. He gives 2 really dominant innings of relief. Not giving up a hit, not striking anybody out, not walking anybody out. He just does a job. He comes in, he pitches a soft contact, man. That's all we needed.
He throws gas, but he does his job. Like, he's not going for punchies. He's just getting the outs.
Yeah, that's all you need, man. You just need a guy who's going to come in and just do a job and induce that.
Pitches, 2 innings, man.
Yeah, induce that soft contact.
Too. Hell of
ridiculously stuff. And then Licky comes in and tries to give the boys a chance. But unfortunately, bats were cold again. No Judgy in this lineup. Finally giving him a rest day. I don't mind it, but at the same time, it's like maybe win the series before you rest him.
Yeah.
I guess it worked out for Game 3 in a big way, but
got lucky. But
Judgy loves coming back, complaining about rest days, and then coming back from rest days and just destroying the baseball.
2 nukes. He's like, I'm well rested. Don't take me out, bro.
He hates resting. He hates it. but he loves performing after rest days.
I think he played like 25 games in a row or something.
Yeah, he
30
played a
something.
ridiculous amount. I think they said it was like 32.
That's nuts, dude.
He played 32 games in a row.
Thing is, if that's a first baseman, like,
and a lot of that's in center field now.
Yeah, if it's a first baseman, like you could see him going over there every day. You do a lot, but at the same time, you're kind of stationary. It's the same motion. Center field, you're running all over the place.
Yeah.
You have to back up. You're making throws constantly. There's a lot of movement. You're making prep steps every time a ball's hit foul. You're moving.
Yeah.
So it gets
a lot of miles.
Yeah, a lot of miles, gets taxed quicker. But dude, this game, no one really. Again, bottom of the lineup showed up to play.
Yeah, man. I mean, starting off with LeMahieu, he goes 2 for 3 with 2 ribbies. He's doing his best to keep the team afloat with he even works a walk. Donaldson, not able to build on his good day. He only works a walk, and he goes 0 for 3 with a K. And I think that K was BS, if I'm not mistaken. I can't remember. I think it was a pretty bad call, but I can't remember. Rizzo 0 for 3 with a walk and 2 Ks of his own. He's also unable to capitalize on 3 runners on base. Sten, dude, 0 for 3 again, man. 1 walk, 1 K. He's seeing the ball.
Yeah.
That's the important part. The Ks aren't high. It's just he's hitting the ball right at people. He's like not hitting it as hard. Hopefully he heats up soon, dude. Because when the 2 big boppers are going, this is a scary lineup. And right now he's kind of gone cold on us. Baby G,
too cold.
Yeah, a little bit too cold. Glaber not doing much at the plate. 0 for 3. He does score off a walk though. He punches twice. I definitely remember one of his punch outs being really bad. Hicks does nothing. Normal Hicks. Higgy gets a hit. He gets an RBI. Gonzalez gets an RBI. 2-run shot late in the game. Give the boys some false hope.
And a double.
2 ribbies. And he scores twice. And then
they ended up judging in the 9th.
Yeah.
Sheesh, man.
They pinch hit him in the top of the 9th. He was the last out of the ball game, unfortunately. He would pinch hit for Gallo, who goes 0 for 3 with 2 punchies. Yikes. It just sucks, man. The boys had an opportunity to do it late. Gonzalez, like I said, late heroics, trying to keep the game close, putting a 2 spot in the 9th, making the Rays sweat a bit. This loss was disappointing, but at the same time, this team just continues to show they got fight, man. They're not going down without a fight, without swinging. You just love to see it.
Very hard to shut out this Yankee team and to make them. They're not going to go away silently. I was just again, they have the most success in coming back, and I'd say in baseball this year. So no lead is safe. No matter who's on the mound, they've showed that they can do it. I was really, they didn't have a scheduled starter. Beeks isn't a starter. He's he's there,
He's like an opener.
Opener guy.
He's like our Chad Green from like 2 years ago.
Yeah. So I was kind of expecting they're not trying to win this game, the Rays. And then I really don't like Paredes, bro.
Well, remember the Rays are they do funny business on the regular, right? Like they were the ones who kind of invented the opener. Like they love that strat.
Now everyone wants that shit, man. I don't like that.
Well, we went through that phase a couple years ago. We were trying to see how that would work out, and that just bit us in the ass coming down the late stretch when we just, we overtaxed the bullpen, and if you want to win a World Series, your starter's got to give you 5 in the postseason minimum. Yeah. In reality, he's got to give you 7 if you really want to be competitive in the postseason. He's got to give you 5 to 7 innings. That's the range. If he gives you less,
top arms later.
Yeah. If he gives you less, you're screwed. If he gives you more, perfect, man. That's just the dream. But anywhere in that range.
Yeah, and we've seen it from everyone this year. Tyone has gone 8. Monty 7. Cole has gone 8?
Yeah.
And Cortez has gone into the 9th. I think
he went 8 and 2/3.
Yeah.
Something
so
like that.
The thing is, they can do it. We've seen them do it. And and I honestly, like everything. Everyone's gonna get back on track. I know. Starters besides Cole did not have a great series. As I know that Montgomery in Game 3 did not do his best self, but the Yankees still scored runs for him too. So, despite him pitching,
Yeah.
Yankees lose Game 2, 5. I mean, what? 5-4. Yep. Game 3. Murph, we have Monty versus Shane Baz. Baz kind of, held us down, man. 4 2/3, 4 hits, 1 earned, 2 walks, 6 punchies. Not bad stuff from him, but Judge does get him, dude. He had a hell of a game, Judge.
Judgy had a hell of a game. He homers twice, one off of Baz and one off of, what was that, Poche? Yeah, he does a job, man. He's a monster, man. Like, this team would be nothing without him this year. Let's just be honest. He's been a focal point to this offense and defense. His ability to now switch over and play center field basically full time. He hasn't even seen right field in forever.
Yeah. I think his days in right field are done.
They're done for now because it's like Gallo apparently doesn't want to play center. They refuse to put him in center. So he can only realistically play a good right field. And then when he plays left field, it's like it's sketchy.
Yeah. Gallo's far from making refusals, bro. If we'll put him out there in the bullpen to catch bullpens.
Yeah, it's probably not Gallo refusing center.
Yeah,
it's
no.
Probably but I don't get it though. Like, how do you not put him in center, especially since like he played a ton of center for Texas?
And that's a much bigger outfield, in my opinion. Much bigger gaps.
He even played third for Texas. So I don't know what we're doing. Like,
that's right. I forgot that.
He played third. He played third a lot too. It wasn't like a couple games. He played a decent amount of third. He played a lot more in center and right than he did in left. So I don't get it. I don't understand it.
Yeah, dude. But at least, like, I would be like, yo, Boone, like, let me go out there in center, give Judge some, reps in right field because Yankees got to offer this man. They just got to offer this man money. Like, there's no shot. They can't let him.
They're not going to do it mid-season because this dude is on an MVP run right now, and, like, you're going to have to offer them the bag. Like, they're going to do it anyways, but, like, there's no point in trying to negotiate right now.
No matter what, yeah.
No, you go.
No matter what season he had, like you said, I think they were going to offer him the bag. Like, they already have something in the stadium built for him. Like,
yeah. They gave him a fair offer. Like, and that I think the offer they originally gave him was a very fair offer. It wasn't anything crazy or out of this world. And to be honest, I don't think he's asking for crazy or anything out of this world. I think he just wants something around 7 to 8 max, and then like shit ton of money. Like,
does his price go? Is he gonna ask? You think he's gonna ask a lot more
than what the Yankees originally offered him? Yeah, hell yeah.
Oh no, originally than what he wanted.
What he wanted? I mean, probably he's going to try to push the envelope and see what happens. And I think that's the part of the thing where he's going to test out free agency, right? He's going to see what offers he can reel in from other teams. And I think teams like the Giants, like the Dodgers, like, maybe even the Red Sox.
I think, the Mets have no room to make him an offer.
They'll make him an offer, but I think it'll just literally be like to outbid the Yankees and just make But at the same time, Cohen already said he's not going to outbid the offer the Yankees made. Yeah. So maybe not.
Yeah, they already said they're not. The offer the Yankees made already, they're not.
Yeah, But who knows, dude? He's on an MVP run right now, so they could just be smoke.
The only team I could see the Giants sweeping in. They have no one on the books.
And they love big time outfielders. Yeah.
They could offer this man like $400.
They could offer him the bag, and he might very well take it. But I saw a lot of good articles pointing out that if Aaron Judge, no disrespect to Aaron Judge, but if he tries to go to another team, you're gonna forget him very quick. just because what the New York market does for a guy like Aaron Judge. Like, when you come to New York, you are put on a pedestal very quickly. Like, just the media, the fans, the winning baseball, as we see, historic franchise. If you go to a team like the Giants, yes, you're going to be in a historic franchise, but you're not going to be under that same spotlight like you would be in New York.
Yeah. Like, you're not going to have the history. You're not like, he motivates players.
Yeah.
Like, if he's not, like, I'm sorry, but I don't really see anyone out there on the Giants that he goes out there. There's a bunch of seasoned vets on that team. They don't need him to motivate them.
Yeah.
So he's probably just gonna if he were to get the bag out there in San Fran or the Dodgers, he's playing out there with a bunch of other veterans. He doesn't need to motivate. He can look to other guys then to carry the freight, and maybe his stats drop. Like, he's motivated with the Yankees. Again, contract year, but he has a team that he's leading. He's pretty much a captain of the Yankees.
Yeah, I think maybe that's like also the thing they slap on. They finally give him the title. They finally select another captain, and they give it to Aaron Judge, which I'd totally be A-okay with. The dude deserves it. He's right now Mr. Yankee, in my opinion. He's everything that embodies a Yankee. Just give it to him, give him the title, give him the bag. He's playing out of his mind baseball. And right now he's on pace to win an MVP, man. Which is crazy considering some of the stats other dudes like Devers, like Ramirez.
Ramirez is nuts right now. He's like 70 RBIs already.
Yeah, he's something ridiculous. Like 63, 64, something ridiculous like that.
What's the RBI record? Like, because if he continues,
don't know. I think it's like 190 something, maybe 170 something. Does that make sense?
Yeah, he's not breaking that. But
it's tough on that team. Although,
sheesh, man.
What is it?
191 runs.
191. That sounds
Lou
right.
Gehrig second, 185, and then the rest goes on. But like that,
he could definitely get top 5 if he continues on his historic pace, man. He's a monster in his own right. He's a guy who may be on the move, but who knows? The Guardians are playing out of their minds, kind of.
Yeah. Back to the game. Yankees, man, coming from behind. What?
Yeah.
Doing the job again, After Montgomery's not greatest start, you take away the 2 home runs, different stat line for him. Schmidt, 1 hit. King, no hits. Clay Holmes getting back to his, masterful self, even though he was doing just fine again. 12th save of the year. They just gave, again, the bullpen giving the Yankees a chance to go out there and come back. And our unsung hero, Jose Trevino, with a massive bat flip in the 8th inning off of that guy Garza, bro. He's funky as hell, man.
Yeah,
what
dude.
What are you doing, man? What are you doing?
I don't know, man. That was crazy. Like I told you, I almost just shut this thing off. Like, I was watching early, saw Monty go down in the second, and I don't know. I wasn't seeing the fight in the boys other than Judge, obviously, but that wasn't until later. And I was just like, dude, I don't know if I can sit through this and just watch the boys just kind of get pounded by this no-name team, man. Like this, like. If you were to ask someone, can you name me the starting 9 in the Rays, like batting order? Like they would get maybe Troy and Arozarena. They would not be able to name anybody else in this lineup. Maybe Diaz too.
Yeah, because Yandy, I don't know how that man still has how he's a leadoff hitter. Sometimes, like, he's just like a yoked first baseman. No, not even first base. What does he even play?
He played third for them now. I think he does play first. I think he plays he's like DH third first.
Like, I before he was with the Rays, never heard of him.
Yeah, me neither.
I only know the lineup because we have to face him. But
We face
like
him, but
I saw the Paredes home run, and I'm like,
I didn't even know
yeah,
who this dude was. I'm like, who is this dude? And he's batting 211. Like, what is this? Why are we giving up home runs to bums like this? I don't.
yeah.
It's infuriating, man. And then like guys like Mejia too. Like I hate when Mejia hit. Like when Mejia hit a home run off of us, I just.
I'm just
Dude.
like, he only hits home run. I kid you not. I think at least like 5 or 6 of his career, however many home runs he has in his career, like half of them are against us. Like,
Dude, like, and he's like he's trash. Let's be honest here. Like, he was a top prospect for the Padres.
he's a
They
good
traded
catcher.
him because he was horrible. He was
Good
not
catcher.
good. They traded him for Tommy Pham, who also was horrible.
They chose Austin Nola and Austin Hedges. No, not Austin. Yeah,
They did have Hedges, and then they sent him to the
Hedges.
Guardians.
Yeah, they had Hedges and Nola instead of.
I mean, Hedges was like the best defensive catcher in the league at one point, and then, enter Jose Trevino, the GOAT. Get this man to the All-Star break.
Bro, I think he's gonna make the All-Star team easily.
Dude, I voted for him, so.
Me too. You brought up earlier, the averages of the Yankees, don't always seem the prettiest. But again, you brought up, look at the OPS. LeMahieu, 745. Judge, 1,042. Rizzo, 846. Stanton, despite his cold spell, he was probably higher before this cold spell. 813. Hicks, 632. Nah. Donaldson, 713. Not bad. Carpenter, 1,199. Torres average is 260, nice for him, just from last year. But he has an 821 OPS. Falefa, he gets hits, not really going to care about his OPS. Trevino, 817, and then Gallo. He can slug it, but what are you going to do? But do the Yankees lead the league in OPS?
I think they do, yeah.
Let's see. Team stats. Batting. OPS. Yankees 769. They are 14 points higher than the Atlanta Braves.
Yeah, I mean they're a very good team at what they do, and they get on base, they work counts, and they're doing it all sorts of ways, and I think that's the most impressive part. In years past, there were complaints that they were a home run or nothing team, and now they've kind of switched that narrative, and they've been able to get on base using the single, the double, walks, and that's important, man. And right now, the average OPS in the MLB is a 704. So really, we only got 2 guys under the average, which is pretty impressive. 3, I guess. Who's the third? Oh, Hicks. Yeah, Hicks, Kalefa, and Gallo. Those 3 are under the average, 704. Everyone else is above it, which is huge. Higgy's obviously under as well.
Yeah.
But hey, I mean, dude, we take this Kalefa, I'm not expecting much, man. I think this is right around his career numbers. This is right around what the Yankees expect from him offensively. Gallo, obviously, we expect way more, and he's kind of shown glimpses of that. And then it's so weird with him because it's like he'll give us a game or two where it's just like, oh, dude, he's back,
monster, yanking
like,
ball, like he's pulling 400-foot shots that are in the other batter's box.
Yeah,
this guy is back, and then he's
back.
Like 4Ks,
dude. And then of course in this game he's Mr. True Outcome. He walked twice, but he Ks twice. It's just like, bro, can't catch
so
a
you're
break.
seeing the ball good enough to get to walk, but you can't hit a baseball.
And what's even more frustrating is that people post stats like Gallo's having a good June and he's still batting 204, and I'm like, oh no. I'm like, that's a good June, dude. Like there's guys who never bat that low, who will never bat that low, and it just sucks, man, because it's like it reminds me of last year when we played the Red Sox in the postseason, and they were going down the stats, and they're talking about the Red Sox lineup, and they're like, I can't even remember. It might have been Verdugo or something. And they're like, he's struggling, and he's batting 273 or something. I'm like, that's what it's like to be struggling. That's a low batting average. We would kill for that. We had half the roster batting 180 last year.
Dude,
You know how
like, I'll take 273, bro.
dude, he'll take 240, bro. He'll take 240. I'll take 240.
I'll take 240 from
Give me
any
240 and
from
around
Gallo.
700 OPS, and we hey, dude, we're in business. But I can't work. I can't work with 180, bro.
I'm telling you, dude, if Gallo was on fire during this, 52 games, winning these, we wouldn't have 17 losses, dude.
Well, 18,
we wouldn't have 18 losses.
Yeah, probably. I mean, dude, it's just you could just when you feel his presence in the batter's box, you just think, oh yeah, like this team has just got it. They've got it 1 through 9. But right now, unfortunately, I think we got it more to like 1 through 6 ish.
And then it's kind of spotty. Like Trevino gives us good games, and then Kiner gives us good games, but it's spotty,
it's not the most consistent. Although obviously right now on paper, Trevino's hitting 283, 817 OPS. Those are fantastic stats, especially for a catcher. But it doesn't feel that consistent.
Not a black hole as of right now.
Yeah. And it doesn't feel that consistent, but it is and when he does do damage, it wins his ball games, man. Like he's had what? This technically would have been a walk-off if we were, I guess never mind. It was in the 8th, but I mean, in a sense, it kind of was. Last 2 runs scored, home run by him, electric bat flip, like you said. Dude is a monster for us.
Little guy's doing it for us. We have Yankees are number 1 in OPS, but we got behind us we have 3 of the better teams in the NL. Braves, the Dodgers, and then quite frankly, probably one of the better lineups in baseball. Again, I'll admit it, New York Mets. We're 30 points higher than them in OPS, which is nuts. They're getting the job done as well. But as of today, the Braves are 4.5 back, man. 17-3 in June. That is freaking nuts, dude. 17-3 in a month.
Yeah, I mean, those are amazing numbers. They are getting fat off of bad teams, but that's what you got to do, man. You got to dig yourself out of a hole some way, somehow, and that's by taking advantage of a softer schedule. And right now they're going to go into a bit of a harder part of that schedule, but if they can maintain, they can really close this gap. And I think they play a couple games against the Mets, if I'm not mistaken.
Mm-hmm.
So they could really get that close. But hey, Mets fans should be in high spirits as one of their aces, Max Scherzer, is on the come up. He's returning sometime this week, if not early next week.
Yep.
Which is crazy. Yeah, I think early next week is probably more online.
He pitched, I think, yesterday.
Yeah.
The Binghamton Rumble Ponies, where he was looking amped.
He's excited to get back on the mound. He's a guy who hates not being able to pitch, not being able to help a team win. You know what's crazy? I was reading this article that was ranking the team aces throughout all of MLB this year. Yeah. Who do you think they had at number 1?
Like AL or NL is overall?
Just overall baseball right now, all the aces stacked up. Who do you think they had in number 1 overall?
Tony Gonsolin.
They had Max Scherzer at number 1. The guy hasn't pitched in weeks, and they have him ranked.
40 days, bro.
And they have him ranked number 1.
I thought, as of today, because Gonsolin's he's 9 and something, 1 point.
He's nasty, yeah. But they don't even consider him the ace. They consider Kershaw the ace of that team, which is crazy to me because I don't think Kershaw's been the ace of that team for a while.
Yeah.
Did he pitch game 1 of the World Series when they won?
Kershaw?
Yeah.
No.
He didn't, right? It was Buehler, right?
Buehler or Urias?
I think it was Buehler. I think it was Buehler, then maybe Urias, and
then Kershaw. And then, is Kershaw back?
He is. He's having a really good season.
Yeah,
he's having a really good season. But yeah, I just thought it was crazy that they would have that dude ranked number 1, and then they would have a guy like Wheeler. I think they had Zach Wheeler ranked 3, which is insane to me. That he's not even in line to win a Cy Young.
If the season were to end, he wouldn't have a vote.
He wouldn't even be in top 5. It goes Joe Musgrove, Sandy Alcantara, and then Corbin Burns are like the top
Yeah.
3 dogs right now in the Cy Young
Or
running.
and then it's Rondon.
Rendon's having a good year too. But yeah, I just thought it was insane. It's like, how could you possibly put Max Scherzer number 1 when the dude hasn't pitched in weeks? That's like putting Jacob deGrom in number 1. Like, dude hasn't pitched all year.
Like, yeah. Is he scheduled? He hasn't done a rehab yet. Right?
I think he's close. I think he's supposed to be right behind Scherzer.
He's going to be starting, though, in A. Like,
yeah, they're going to take their time with him because it's just like they can't afford to rush him back. Because they've already tried that, and it's just messed with them more, and it ruined his season last year. Like, I say this to this day. Last year, a healthy Jacob deGrom, he's three-peating, right? He's just winning another Cy Young. He was on a pace for a historic year.
Yeah. And, like, again, there was last year, like, there was no one better than him. Like,
yeah.
I just, I had the stats on my phone. I forgot my iPad to, keep it up. But I just clicked on a Facebook, notification, clicked on it. And New York Post, as you know, they're, big trolls of the Yankees and former Yankees. And Clint Frazier wants to be called a different name from now on. He wants to be called Jackson because that's what his teammates used to call him when he was with the Cubs because now he's in AAA.
He's still in AAA for them?
What?
He's in AAA for the Chicago Cubs?
Yep. He's ditching his first name from now on. Frazier will go by his middle name, Jackson. This guy just needs to focus on playing baseball, man. These headlines, I don't want to see any more Clint Frazier headlines. There's been at least 4 headlines this year. Him talking crap about the Yankees. Yankees coming out saying that him coming out saying that the Yankees rushed him with his concussion. Meanwhile, he told the Yankees that he didn't have concussion symptoms. That came out after. Like, I don't want to see any more headlines. I'd rather read stuff about Marcus Stroman.
Yeah, I don't know why we're still talking about that bum. He literally hasn't done anything in the league. He's had a couple of moments, maybe, in the league at best with the Yankees. Yeah, I don't know why he continues to try to make headlines. Like, right now he's in AAA. He's a nobody. Even if he makes the big league roster, he's still a nobody. Like, nobody knows his name. Yeah. Nobody cares. Yeah, I mean,
definitely not the diehards in Chicago.
Yeah, cool, dude. Just keep chirping down there from AAA, and we'll enjoy the run for 28, and you enjoy whatever mediocre losing season that goes on over there.
Yeah. Before we, wrap this up, I figure, we go around a little bit of the hype in the league right now with the big 6'7" shortstop. O'Neal Cruz is finally called up for the Pirates, man. They're calling up a lot of their young guns, man, and they're playing the Cubs, but they have Bly Madrigas, whatever he started his career, 750 batting average to start his career. I think he has 3 bops. He's like the first something player, not Panamanian.
Definitely not Panamanian.
Give me 1 second.
Our boy Mariano was Panamanian. So.
Yeah. Okay. He is. Give me 1 second. They had called O'Neal Cruz up. They call Liover Peguero. I'd say next for them, hopefully by the end of the year, Henry Davis. That man's mashing down there. And he's filthy. He's filthy.
Yeah, I mean, they've got embarrassment of riches right now, and that's what happens when you're constantly, in the top 5 picks in the draft every year. You're constantly hauling in new talent. And yeah, it's good to see, they realize, hey, we're not going to be able to win with our current roster, and why not take this opportunity to get our rookies involved and prepare them for what an MLB season will look like, and maybe put themselves in a position to compete next year. I mean, a lot of people are saying this team's going to blow it up, but who knows? Maybe this team sees the bright spots and thinks, hey, maybe just with a couple pieces here and there, we can actually compete. Maybe they'll spend money. Doubtful, but maybe they will.
They have really, really good prospects across the board.
Yeah.
Like they had like 4 or 5 in the top 100.
Yeah.
And I think at least 2 of them are up now. 2 or 3 of them are up now. And maybe they trade one, go get a few pieces, sign someone. Maybe they're starting to build a lineup because right now the Brewers have their pitching. That's holding them together. It takes one pitching injury to 1 or 2 pitching injuries to take you out of a whole season, at least for the Brewers. And then who else they got in that league?
Cardinals.
Yeah, you are a few pieces away from an accident happening and you ending up in second place in that division because everyone else in that division's a bum besides the Cardinals and the Brewers. I'm not saying the Pirates are the team I'm going to be riding for the next few years, but who knows?
Who knows, man? I mean, this division's garbage, like you said. The NL Central is a joke. You got literally 3 teams all basically like all under 500 by a mile, by like double. They got like 20 loss. They're 20 back in the loss column, like at minimum.
Reds.
So the Reds are 15 back. The Cubs are 13. Actually, what the Pirates are only 10.5 back. That's crazy to me.
Imagine
that's garbage.
Imagine
they go on a Braves like run with their rookies leading the charge. They catch up to the Cardinals.
Dude, okay. I found out this guy's nationality. Bly Madras is Palawan. He's the first Palawan player in the major leagues.
Congratulations
to you, Guam. He's from Guam.
Congratulations to you, bud.
You made MLB history. Congratulations. Clap it up. We congratulate history here. Anything else really cool happened in the major league this week? This week since we.
I don't know about cool, but devastating. Machado goes down with an injury for my Padres, so they're gonna be hurting
hard on that bag, dude.
Yeah, he rolled his ankle pretty bad. His X-rays came back negative, but that doesn't mean he won't miss like weeks because the ankle sprains are tough to come back from. So he's gonna be down for some time. Tatis with the setback. Who knows when he'll be back now?
Ozzy Albies is out. Broken foot.
Ozzy Albies is out. Is he done for the year?
I think he's done till at least September.
Yeah, so he's done for the year, basically.
They'll find someone.
Yeah, they have to. A lot of rumors swirling around Andujar and potential suitors coming for him.
What are you seeing?
I saw the Padres interested because they're missing a bat and they need another bat, and Andujar provides them that bat and can potentially play third.
Kind of deal.
Who knows? We could swing a Lamet because they fallen out of love with Lamet, and he's on the low right now. And I think a lot of Padres fans would be okay with a straight-up Lamet and Andujar swap. Both teams get what they want. Padres get a young, violent hitter who can go out there and do some serious damage. And the Yankees get a high-potential former top pitching prospect who could return to glory with a little bit of Matt Blake fix-me-up potion. Also,
smoking that Matt Blake.
Speaking of which, our boy, well, I guess not really our boy, but former Yankee Albert Abreu coming back home, picked up off of waivers from KC. Welcome home, big dog. That's cool. We got him from the we traded him for the Jose Trevino, and now he's come back home. Matt Blake, give him the fix-me-up.
Give him the Matt Blake pack.
Give him the fixums. And then, dude, Yankees are rolling. Toronto's still 12 games out. Rays 14 now. Boston 12.5.
Who do we have? We have Houston tomorrow?
We have Houston. We have four versus Houston. That's gonna be interesting. And again, another big litmus test. So far, the Yankees have been checking it off left and right. They have survived on the road, and now they will play Houston at home. So I'm expecting a series win. And if they sweep, dude, if they sweep them,
we sweep them. We're dogs. We're already got a little dog in us, like Garrett Cole once said. Got a little dog in you.
It's gotta be huge. If they can go out and sweep these clowns, remind them that, hey, 2017 should have been ours. If it wasn't for your dirty tricks, we would be the ones with the ring.
Dude. Game 1, I think Framber may give us a few problems. But we beat Justin Verlander, and we beat Christian Javier. Easy. We beat Christian Javier easy.
Yeah.
We take at least 2 of the games this series. At least 2.
You mean at least 3. I don't know what this 2 business is. It's a 4-game series. We're taking 3. We're winning the series.
Oh shit! It's a 4-game series.
It's a 4-game. We're winning 3.
We're winning. We're beating Urquidy. I'm sorry.
Hey, I think we've caught a rat in our midst. Are you a Houston fanboy? What's going on here? You secretly on Houston? Are you secretly Houston?
What do you mean, bro?
I mean, dude, you had to split the series at home. Like, what is this?
Bro, I said I didn't know. I didn't know it was a 4-game set. I didn't know it was a 4. Hey,
what is this?
Hey, game 1. Game 1. We beat Framber.
Okay.
Game
like
2.
That.
I don't know. I'm sorry.
Who's game 2? Who's pitching game 2? Is it
Luis?
But for them, it's Vilander
versus Sevy.
Okay.
It's going to be a pitching duel. Game 3. Cole.
You like that, wouldn't you?
Electric. I don't want a pitching duel. I want to win. Sorry for screaming, everyone. Garrett Cole. He does his Garrett Cole thing. Yankees win game 3. Cortez gets back to his nasty self. We win game 4.
So your questionable game of the day would be that Verlander start.
Yeah, I don't know. It can go either way because we own Verlander at home.
We do own Verlander at home. I think we own a lot of teams. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling like the boys. They don't want to lose at home no more, man. They've won 14 straight at home. I think they like the number 18. I think they like that number a lot.
Do you like that
number? I like that number. I think the boys love that number, and I'm looking pristine.
Murph, I got 1 second. I got 3 words for you. Everyone here.
4-game sweep.
Let's go!
Ladies and gentlemen, Andrew just jinxed the series. I'm knocking on wood for him. He just jinxed the series.
You said the same
shit. No, he did it. Oh no. No, yeah. Seriously, I think a very good opportunity here. At least win the series, man. Take 3 out of 4. I like the 4-game sweep call out of you. No, it's too late. You wrote it down. There's no crossing it out. There's no saying win the series or whatever stupid BS you're gonna write on there. No. Whatever. No, the boys are gonna do it. I have faith. I like your analysis of the series.
You agree with that?
I agree with it. I think I like game 1. I think we're definitely winning game 1 of this series. I think game 2 is probably the big decider in how this series is gonna go. I think if they beat Verlander, I think the reason I think 3 out of 4 is because I could definitely see the boys punting on one of these days.
Yeah.
I could definitely see them punting on Sunday. It's a 1:35 start. You know,
day games and Yankees don't go along.
Day games. They got 2 day games. They could play at 1:05 on Saturday, 1:35 on Sunday. 2 day games. They're gonna punt on one of these day games, I imagine.
I think we win game 3, but game 4 we're gonna punt.
And it all depends on game 2. If they win game 2, I think they could literally just decide, hey, we're gonna punt on both these days. Screw it, man. Yeah. They could decide that. I hope they don't go that route. I would really, but then again, our punt days don't look too bad as they used to.
Yep. We still put a decent lineup out there. So
We still put a competitive lineup, and then unfortunately enough, hopefully they're motivated not to punt because the Oakland A's are coming into town right after this series. We have a 3-game set against them. And I think hopefully if the boys sweep Houston, they should sweep the Oakland A's. I don't see why they wouldn't. They would have all the momentum in the world, all the confidence, and then they will go to Houston, play the Astros on the 30th.
Murph, last but not least, my last question for you. Who is going to be your dark horse MVP of the series?
Of this next upcoming series?
Yes. Who's
Giancarlo Stanton.
I was going to say Giancarlo Stanton, too. He's going to have
I think he's the definition of dude. I think he's angry. I think he's like, hey, dude, I was having a fantastic season. Everyone's talking about my boy Judge. I love my boy Judge, but hey, I got to get me some too.
What about me?
You think he's going to pop off. And I think he's definitely going to pop off consistently. I don't think it's going to be a one game done. I think he's probably going to DH tomorrow. Hopefully they at least put him in the DH. Because he played right. He made a fantastic play, by the way, to throw out a Rosarena at second. Huge stuff from him. He's still reminding everyone he's got a cannon out there. Don't run on the gun. Yeah, and I think he's just going to have a good series, man. He's my dark horse.
Completely agree with you on that one. Well, Murph, thank you for joining me on this fine and late night Wednesday. Yankees win the series. Take 2 of 3 in the Trop. We will hope